All right. Never get used to these lights, not yet. Welcome back to another episode of Politics. Thanks for joining me. We're going to jump right into it. um, so, we had an election yesterday. Hopefully, you guys all went out and voted, did your thing. Um, hopefully. I seen something that stood out to me. It was something I talk about every election is turnout. Um, Cuyahoga County, the second largest county in Ohio. Franklin County, the first largest, that's where Columbus is. Would anybody like to, guess voter turnout percentage for the two largest counties in Ohio? Anybody? Feel free to, say a county, Franklin or Cuyahoga, and add what percentage? You gotta give me a number, like a large number, like so many hundreds of thousands. Just what percentage do you think? Now, granted, this is uh, the general election. This is where a lot of local stuff take place for the most part. The city of Cleveland has a new mayor. Well, they're going to get a new mayor regardless, but a young black mayor, Democrat, I'm pretty sure, with no political experience. And he won kind of handily. So keep an eye on Cleveland. Angel was the first to jump in. She said, "Was it under 50%?" Yes, it was well under 50% for both counties. I don't want to put any pressure on you or anybody for that matter. But just take one more stab at it. Take one more jab at percentage. Well under 50% for both of them. Um, at this point, I don't know what can be done to get voter turnout. I don't know what can be done. Angel's second guess was 34%, well under 34%. So I'll tell you. So uh, in Columbus, Franklin County, I had the exact numbers of people, but that part doesn't matter. Um, we're looking at about 25.3%. 25.3% of eligible voters came out and voted uh, in the election for city council stuff, your who's going to represent your area that you live in. School levies. I'm not exactly sure what's on the ballot for Columbus, but school levies. I know city council, a lot of it. Maybe mayor races, um, zoning issues. All that stuff could be on the ballot. 25%, 25.3%. Give them all of their credit, uh, which is actually in line for their general election. Like that's around normal for them. Why is that normal? I have no idea. It's crazy to me, but it is. Uh, Angel, since you hanging out, would you like to guess if Cuyahoga County was higher or lower than Columbus? Now, granted, Columbus is a little bit bigger. I think it's 1.3 million people in Columbus, Franklin County, 1.2. They probably got, I want to say like maybe 400 more square feet or something like that, square miles bigger. Just curious. You say higher or lower? Yes, lower. Congratulations, Angel. I wish I had prizes. Um, this candle's for you. Appropriately named pineapple mango. Um, yeah, it's Cuyahoga County came in at a whopping 23%. 23%. Good old Cuyahoga County. I don't know what can be done. The voters turn out, no idea. Angel said nobody hyped election day. That's true. Um, like I said, these are the general elections, so you don't see as many ads. You don't see as many um, mailers coming to your house. Even though you still get some. You'll get the emails, and it'll be on your videos you try to watch online, all this stuff. But um, it's typically, of course, it's more tame than like a governor's race when you add that into it, or a presidential race, or when people running for Senate and Congress, and the big stuff on a national level. So yeah, it is typically not as hype, but as we have discovered on this show, it's definitely more important to your day to day life, right? Definitely more important to your day to day life. I got an example of that here in a second. Andrew said, I wore my sticker. People in the grocery store didn't know it. People in the grocery store didn't know it was election day. It's literally the first Tuesday in November, every 2 years. Literally the first Tuesday in November. Sometimes it's the fourth, sometimes it's the second, but it's the first Tuesday in November. People don't forget Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving is always what, the last Thursday of the month, right? Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but I don't think I am. Like I don't know how people like forget this stuff. You know what I'm saying, or don't realize this stuff. Like it's literally in the Constitution. The first Tuesday in November. Should it be more of a sense of urgency in general, like for elections? Should elections not be on a Tuesday in November where it's cold and people don't want to go out? Yes, I agree. Should it be a national holiday or a holiday in your state when you have elections? Yes, people should get that day off. People should get paid. It should be like a holiday. Shut shit down. Let people go vote. Don't have people deciding whether they can put the kids on the bus. And I'm not excusing this low percentage by saying that people was busy, going to work and stuff. But you do have some people who had to put the kids on the bus, couldn't go early, had to go to work, get off, got to get the kids, or whatever the case is. And it's November, so it's cold here in Ohio at least. So, not having your kid with you while you wait in line or whatever, fine. But 23%, that's absurd. It's absolutely crazy. Another example of me, telling you guys that the local elections are much more important than the national ones, or I want to say they're much more important, but they affect you more on a day to day than the national ones. Hold on, wait. Before I get to that, Andrew said, "I don't think it should be a holiday. You don't think people should? You don't think there should be more attention? You don't think that like people know people set up their vacation for the holidays? Like people know what they Easter is. I don't even know if we get Easter off, but people know that Christmas and New Year's is on a Saturday or Friday this year, or whatever the case is. Like, you don't think it should be like well known so people can't be like, oh, I didn't even know it's election day. I didn't even know. If you don't think this should be a holiday, Angel, what do you think? What do you feel could be a way that we can uh, make it more known where people can't use an excuse saying I didn't know it was election day? Do you have any opinion on that? Because I want to hear it. I'm always interested in ideas that can make us better. Not saying I got any clout or can change the rules or anything like that. Because, or if I could, and just say education. How though? How do you do that? You can't force people to go to school. You can't force. I don't know. You can't force education on people. People get Martin Luther King Day off. They don't go look at civil rights stuff, or people get whatever day off, but they don't go do the stuff that day is supposed to celebrate. So I don't know. Education is the key. I just don't know how you go about forcing people to do it. Uh, but like the lady at your job, talking about Juneteenth, it's a day off of work. Like, so why not do it anyway? Anyway, um, another example of local elections being now this it's a good example, but at the end, ultimately, it means nothing. But I'm gonna give you the example anyway. Um, Everybody or most people should be familiar with the Texas bill that uh, pretty much makes abortion illegal. I talked about it on the show. It's been in the news, all of that good stuff. It's going to the Supreme Court right now. After the Supreme Court initially said that they were not going to review it at all, but now they are. Did you guys know that here in Ohio we have 2 cities who have outlawed abortions? Bet you didn't, because I didn't know. 2 cities right here in the great state, the Buckeye State, the northern. I don't know. We're the North. We're the Yankees. Like it's not the South, super Christian. All this stuff. 2 cities. Right here in Ohio. Let me get these names right. Um, the name of these cities. Um, yeah, so 2 abortion bans. So you have hold on. You have the city of Mason, Ohio. Um, and you have Lebanon City. Um, Lebanon, I believe, is near like in Warren County, I believe. On her right now. Yeah, Warren County. Um, I would say it is near Dayton, south of Dayton, just north of Cincinnati, and Mason is just south of Lebanon. Like they literally 2 towns that touch, but they're both north of Cincinnati and south of Dayton, south of Kettering. Yeah, banned abortions. One was in one bandit in May, and the other bandit just in October, so a couple weeks ago. Now these are local city councils who vote on issues for a specific city and neighborhood. Right? These are people who are elected and they voted to ban abortions in the city of in Lebanon City and Mason City, Ohio, or whatever. I don't know. Um, yeah, so that's in Ohio. It's Southern Ohio, still in Ohio. Andrew said, "Can you do that?" Yeah, they can. They are elected officials whose job is to, uh, you know, pass laws for their area to issue ordinances for their area. Yes, they can do it. Now, for people who don't care about that, or people who don't care about these local elections and stuff, and let's say your daughter or yourself, something terrible happened, and now you can't get an abortion or something. Uh, I don't know. Neighborhood Watch is shot down. The idea of Neighborhood Watch is shot down, and because of that, it's a string of burglaries now. Like that stuff that affects you, that can be added or outlawed by the city council. in your little town, your little city, that a lot of people don't even care about. Like these are the people who affect you in your area. You know what I'm saying? These elections do matter and have consequences. Now, what I said at the beginning that ultimately this means absolutely nothing is, or actually let me go back. So in Mason, I believe the people who were pro abortion ban, they both lost their election yesterday. They were replaced by two people who say that they are anti-abortion ban. So that group has the potential to go back and say, "Hey, excuse me," to go back and say, "Hey, um, I don't want like we should rescind this because I don't think we should have an abortion ban in this city." In Lebanon City, Ohio, they had some turnover, but everybody who supported it um, are still on the board, and the new people that came in are also supporters. So chances are that one's going to stay. You know, it's a good chance that one's going to stay. Now, to bring it full circle, I was saying that none of this actually matters is because in these small towns in Ohio, there are no abortion clinics. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's a Planned Parenthood or something like that in the town of Lebanon or Mason. And now they can't perform abortions and stuff. Like they don't have that stuff. But if they did, which that could be Cleveland or that could be um, Bedford as a Planned Parenthood, or I'm sure there's one somewhere in Columbus or whatever. Like all these places that if you're not paying attention to who you're electing or who you're allowing to be elected by not voting, then they can ultimately decide what goes on in your area in your city. These elections do matter. I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it. That the local stuff do have an effect on your day to day. It's not as glamorous as the presidential. It's not as well known as the presidential, but they do matter and they do have consequences. Who your mayor is. If I think in my town, it was like, do police officers and firefighters do they deserve a raise? Like a pay increase, school levies, all this stuff, public service works. If you wonder why there's a pothole in your street that ain't been filled in forever, because you're probably not voting to increase taxes so that y'all can hire more people or get more equipment to fill the potholes and stuff. That's why, um, shit. Some cities are just better than other cities because they charge more in taxes. People pay more taxes, whether they complain about it or not. More taxes, better police force, better fire department, better public service work, all this stuff. You know what I'm saying? All this stuff matters. So I don't know how to tell people to come out and vote. You know what I'm saying? But I guess we'll see you in 2 more years when the president is up for grabs again, where the percentage is still going to be well under 50%. People just don't care about voting. I just don't understand it. The abortion thing, that was pretty notable to me. In Cleveland proper, issue 24. Like I said, so not only is Cleveland getting a new mayor, young black guy with no experience. So we'll see how that turns out. Donald Trump didn't have any experience. Dennis Kucinich didn't have any experience as a mayor. And that didn't turn out great. So we'll see. I don't know much. I don't live in Cleveland proper, so I don't know the guy. I don't know anything about him, but wish him all the best and all that good stuff. Issue 24 was we talked about it last week. Was a issue where you have your Cleveland Police Department, and then above that, for issues, you will have a citizens led. Like a city council type thing, but they'll just lead. There's this big group that lead, or they do police reviews. So if a police officer gets in trouble for whatever, they might get suspended or whatever, or not suspended, depending on the police force. Not only the police union, the strong police union that we have in this country. um, it'll be now reviewed by citizens to see if this officer should be, um, uh, not necessarily arrested, but maybe arrested or fired instead of just suspended or suspended with pay or any of this weird stuff. Angel said like a check. Yeah, it'd be just like a check, but it's citizens led. You know what I'm saying? So the community actually gets to say, hey, this wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? And they shouldn't just be suspended. You know, saying they should be fired or whatever. I don't see that being an issue. It's not an issue to me. A lot of police officers have resigned or you know flat out quit because they don't want to deal with this thing. They feel like they're already under so much scrutiny, and that they already get reprimanded, they already get suspended, they already get all this stuff, demoted, and all this stuff. But if you're doing what you're supposed to be doing anyway, then I don't. Then what's the issue to have another check? If you got all these checks anyway, then what's another one? You know what I'm saying? I don't understand. And it's not like an anti-police thing. It's about let's get this thing, let's get it right. In every sport, in the NFL, when a call comes down, it can go either way. They review it, and then if they can't come to a consensus, it goes to like another level. It goes to like New York, and New York take a look, which is where the league office is, and they say, "Hey, this should be the call because of X, Y, Z." Basketball got the same thing. You know what I'm saying? They send it to wherever they send it to the head referee or whatever, and he look and say, "Hey, this should be the call, blah blah blah," and then they go about the business. Like I don't understand what's the issue with that, but a lot of people don't like it. Um, that was pretty much it. Everything else was zoning stuff. In your town, like I said, you might have a new mayor, you might have a new rep for your area. All that stuff matters. So try to pay attention to it. Even if you didn't vote, go look up and see who it is, find out what they're about. Go to your town hall meetings, go to your city council meetings. Tell them you want this, this, and this. Tell them the stuff that you're looking for. You paying taxes, property taxes, city taxes, school taxes. You paying to live there, so you might as well have your voice heard. So it's literally the least they can do. So that's all I got, man. I appreciate you guys for joining me. Pol-I-Tics number 66, I believe. Can't thank you guys enough. Thank you guys for helping us out in October. All the likes and shares. We wait on the report. I should have it by this Friday. Hopefully by Sunday, I'll have a number for you guys. And we'll be talking about the donation to the JD Breast Cancer Foundation. So thank you guys again. Thanks for joining me, of course. Like I said, if you guys need anything, hit us up. Looking forward to seeing you guys Sunday. Stay safe out there. Stay warm out there. It's freezing. Salute to the city as always. Cleveland behind me. That's pretty dope. And Andrew said, I can't wait till 68. Boy, you have no idea. Well, you do. I don't know if I'll make it, but I can't wait either. All right, be safe. We'll talk to y'all soon.